Volkswagen wants to tap into the power of women. The Lincoln Corsair gets an update. And will a fake rumble create a real problem? Good afternoon, I'm Hillary Rubin, filling in for Laura Harris. More on those headlines in a bit. But first, a weekend walkout by more than 1,000 workers at Stellantis' engine parts plant in Kokomo, Indiana, is over. The company and the UAW reached a tentative agreement for a new contract early Monday. The local UAW had said Stellantis was more focused on investing in its new nearby EV battery plant and not concerned with protecting jobs at factories that make parts for combustion engines. In July, Stellantis said they were collaborating with South Korea's Samsung SDI to build a $2.5 billion battery plant also in Kokomo. The UAW says it wants to ensure that workers at the battery factory have union representation and comparable wages. To read more about this and other stories, subscribe to our newsletter, The Daily. Go to the More section of our website and click on Newsletters on the left side of the screen. Order banks are now open for the updated Lincoln Corsair. Lincoln's top seller has been freshened up and will hit showrooms early next year. Our Jackson Hallauer got a look and has more.
Hello, I'm Jackson Hallauer. I'm here in Royal Oak, Michigan, and I'm going to give you a closer look at the 2023 Lincoln Corsair, and we're going to go a little bit in depth with some of the members of the team about the specific details that set this model year apart from the last one. The Lincoln Corsair has been refreshed with technology and styling upgrades. One such technology upgrade, customers now have the option to add Active Glide to any trim level of the Corsair. Active Glide is the same technology as its Ford counterpart, Blue Cruise, allowing for over 100,000 miles of hands-free highway driving. Corsair's vehicle engineering manager says he believes it's a standout feature on the new model, and it will give Lincoln an advantage over competitors in this segment.
Including obviously the Active Glide, and there's several features in the Active Glide that we'll talk about at some later date. But there's some new technology there that I think in this segment is going to be it's going to be a first, if you will, and I think the customers will find it very, very seamless and easy to use. And my first interaction with it was I was a little bit apprehensive, as we're all kind of used to the norm of how to engage in the driving experience, and then the Active Glide really changes that.
The 2023 Corsair is offered as standard with a 2-liter engine with front-wheel drive. All-wheel drive is optional. There's also a plug-in hybrid option that comes standard with all-wheel drive. Boxeth says that the electric motor over the rear axle is what provides the PHEV Corsair with its all-wheel drive functionality.
Talking about the PHEV, since we didn't get to talk about it a lot in the introduction last year, it's with the rear axle drive, you can. I'd think of it as the first step to electrification for the customer, without the range anxiety, obviously. But the PHEV is capable of giving that EV experience with no assist from the gas engine, which I think is unique amongst the competitive set. And with 28 miles of EV range, that's quite a bit for, I'll say, an urban customer. And certainly the recharge times are substantially faster than a traditional BEV that has a lot larger battery and longer range. But I think it's a good first step to electrification, and certainly more to come with that in our showroom.
Moving to design, there are 2 new paint options available. And according to the Corsair's brand manager, a larger grille that's hard to miss.
For the new 2023 Corsair, we have some really exciting changes from a design standpoint on the front of the vehicle. Following our Lincoln Quiet Flight DNA and the evolution of design, we have a larger grille that carries forward down through the lower fascia of the vehicle, really gives it a much bolder presence, and really elegant approach to the grille design too. Reflects a lot of light while still featuring our Lincoln Star.
In addition to the refreshed exterior styling, he believes the interior upgrades are also appealing. They include a standard 13.2-inch touchscreen, which is powered by Sync 4, and new interior color options. So what will it cost to get into a new 2023 Lincoln Corsair?
So there are 3 series available for Corsair. There's a standard, Reserve, and our Grand Touring plug-in hybrid. Starting price on the Reserve series is just under $40,000, and starting price on our Grand Touring plug-in hybrid is just under $55,000.
In Royal Oak, Michigan, I'm Jackson Hallauer, Automotive News.
We'll bring you more news from Lincoln and several other brands later this week during our comprehensive coverage of the North American International Auto Show in Detroit. In other news, will muscle car enthusiasts embrace a fake roar of a quiet EV? Dodge hopes so. That's why the company created a fake roar for the electric charger Daytona concept. It's generated by an amplifier and tuning chamber at the rear. The company, in part, built its image on the rumbling sounds of V8 engines. Those devoted will no longer have a choice in the future when vehicles no longer have gas-burning engines. And finally today, a new Volkswagen dealership in India is using what you could call an X chromosome factor to attract more female buyers. The all-woman city store dealership there is entirely staffed by women, 35 to be exact. Volkswagen Passenger Cars India says the goal is to create what they call an exclusive and confident environment for female customers. It's also intended to draw more women into the industry and promote them to leadership roles. Women in India are quickly becoming a larger proportion of car buyers there. That's all for today. Thanks for watching. Be sure to follow us on Twitter at AutoNewsTV and check out our website, autonews.com, for updates on stories that matter to you all day, every day. Once again, I'm Hillary Rubin. Have a great night, and we'll be back tomorrow.